Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for our discussion on this Bhakti, what they call Sastra marathon. Okay, we are in an attempt to study the Sastra on a daily basis, all right? So, Sastra study marathon. Okay, so we are meeting up again after a long break. So we have taken a break because of some festivals happening around in Malaysia. So then now we are continuing. So the topics that we are discussing today is Bhaktiyaloka. What they call Bhaktiyaloka is actually Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's thesis on Nectar of Instruction. Okay, so thank you for all for coming. And before we start, we do our invocation prayer. We seek blessings from all our spiritual preceptor and spiritual master, spiritual preceptor, so that we will be blessed abundantly to understand the subject matter. The understanding of subject matter is one thing, and the second thing is to apply, all right? So we study, what's the point? But if you don't apply. So that day, 2 days ago, for our, what they call, we had this Sankirtan party on Thaipusam Day, all right, at night. And from this group, Rusan Mataji and also Vivan Manikam attended, and also that also 3 new students were from Krishna Rubini, Helena, and also Manglish. all these devotees are less than 6 months old, and also my gratitude for them to take up that challenge to come forward. And I saw a huge transformation. Okay, because maybe I am on the verge of being used to it, so can't see it. But to see a new devotee like Rusan Mataji, you know, she's here, Rusan Chiang. You should see her face. I've shared that the recording, I mean the video to all of you. You should see the excitement. Then it's not mere excitement. It is full ecstasy. Okay. The reason that we are studying all the Sastra to convince us that is Harinam Sankirtan is the topmost yoga system. What is yoga means? It's not like stretching your hand and leg. Yoga means is to the place that you what they call the method that you are linking yourself with Krishna. Yoga means linking with Krishna. That's called yoga. So I have seen the first hand experience seeing that, because I was thinking at first that maybe they just come, they just want to like test it out, and I was really expecting them to leave. I was thinking, you know, you cannot lah, you know, just half an hour, 1 hour, you know, feel paise, you know, feel like ayo, kita boleh tahan lah, you know. I was expecting them that they will leave, but ended up they just didn't go. And of course, one of our senior devotee in Ipoh, Pundrik Prabhu, he came and he accelerated the entire environment. And with our portable speaker, we went through the crowd. And at the entrance, where all the crowds were there. And suddenly, when we went in there, the whole environment, everything became stunned. And so many onlookers surrounded us. And they were just looking at us, and some even danced, some even expressed their happiness, excitement, and some were wondering what these people are up to. You know, they were expecting some kind of music, you know, like the Thaipusam music, but ended up we were having all this sattvic equipment like kartal, then mridanga, and through that we created a big impact. So it is also mentioned, anyone in Sankirtan Yagya, anyone hears it, whatever that we are singing, even a little word Hare, okay, or Krishna or Ram or whatever, just a little glance, this thing, they will achieve the highest perfection. That means they are Bhakti beach, or the seed of Bhakti is activated. The seed of Bhakti is activated. And somehow, if you are the cause of that instigation, imagine the amount of blessings that Krishna will convey upon you. Krishna really loves, especially Chaitanya Mahaprabhu really loves devotee who do Sankirtan, Harinam Sankirtan, street dancing and preaching. There's 3 types of japa. There's 3 types of chanting. Like sometimes maybe Vaishnava will probably wondering, oh, how am I supposed to go and join this kind of Harinam Sankirtan because of his advanced age? Or maybe you're not in the position or you don't have that environment or opportunity to do so. So it said, if you just chant the mantra in your head, it is called japa. Then you just close your eyes and just chant Hare Krishna's japa. Then you just chant while moving your mouth. Okay, there's no sound. This is called kirtan. But when you chant, even on your beats, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, that's become Sankirtan. Because the vibration is very powerful. Okay? How powerful is that? Anything, any living entity, see, you're chanting in one place, there'll be ants, there'll be even a plant. Even a plant, everyone will benefit from the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Any living entity that can respond to the vibration, they benefit. Sometimes if you have seen a tree, if you see any trees or any plants that is not flowering, you can go and talk to them. My dear flower, please give me flower. You can talk to the plants. The plants will reciprocate. Like I've got a papaya tree, which is not producing fruit for almost 3 months. All right. From the day it grew, it only produced flower and everything gone. Until one day, I was just thinking, I want to cut it off. But at the second thought, I just took one small knife and I just put on the tree. I just touched on it. I said, if you are not going to produce fruit, I'm going to cut you off. Okay. I just give you another 3 more months. I want you to produce fruits. All right. Because your fruits I'm going to offer to Krishna. When I offer your fruit to Krishna, you're going to benefit. Because of the fruit of your seed, you're going to achieve the highest perfection, because I'm going to take your fruits and offer to Krishna. And my friend was thinking, what's wrong with this guy? He's talking to the tree. Then I was just trying. I went to the plants and I said, how fortunate are you? The flower that you produce goes directly to the lotus feet of Sri Jagannath. Now I got Jagannath deity in my house. How fortunate are you? And you go there and you remain your entire situation from the time that you are fresh until you become dry, the whole day, you still remain at the lotus feet of Jagannath. Like myself, I don't have that opportunity, right? I just come and do kirtan, and I just go off. But you are remaining there. So when I start to speak to like this, suddenly my papaya tree start to produce fruits. And it produces so much of fruits. Right? Basically, I can get 7 fruits, at least one day, one big papaya. I'm offering every day to Lord Jagannath. We keep producing so much until the tree also like pink already, bend a bit. And the flowers are producing so much of flowers. So even this kind of vibration, this kind of talk, can affect them, can make them to produce more and more fruits and flowers. What do you think about the chanting of the holy name of the Lord? When you simply chant the holy name of the Lord, and when all the living entities that can respond to your vibration will definitely benefit, and their transmigration or the what they call evolution. Okay, from the tree you go to next tree, maybe from papaya tree the flower go into mango tree, then after mango tree the flower maybe go to durian tree, and from there you become an oak tree. Then you go through, then finish his tree species. Then you go to the next one. Maybe start with animal species. Maybe start from aquatic. I mean, there's a lot of process before it comes to the human form. Everything is in between terminated, and they will get opportunity to born as a human being in that following appearance. And if they are lucky enough, they'll meet some devotees and their bhajan will start. So that is that auspicious. And I'd like to thank Rusan Mataji, Vivan Prabhu, and all the other 3 girls, all right, who came forward, and also this what they call Pundrik Prabhu and my family, all were there and created a huge impact. All right, this is something that we have experienced after so many years. There's one Western devotee. Right? It's not a devotee; it is just like a tourist. But I'm not sure. But suddenly, the child was sitting on the father's what they call neck, a small boy. You can see my my photo. Okay, let me show you. All right, can you see? Suddenly, this boy was standing on the what they call on the neck of his father. I mean, he was sitting there. He was keep jumping. He wants to come down. After he came down, he immediately took out the kartal. It looks like they were having a kartal, but they don't have any physical look of being a devotee because they didn't join us. But they were like clapping, and the both of them looked so excited. They look like a Spanish or South American. Suddenly, this boy took the kartal, came to us, and start to play. And another, his older brother was there dancing. And the father and mother was in so much of ecstasy. All right. I have shared the video. Try to look at their face. They were having a big smile. And I'm confident, right? This child will become, and the entire family will definitely will become a devotee one day. That is how powerful is Harinam Sankirtan. So that is the thing that what we are been studying all this. So before we start our session, let's do our invocation prayer. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobistam Stapidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamlam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagar Jadam Shagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Namaum Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvashesha Shunyavadi Pasachare Starine Namaum Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Shri Varshapanavi Devi Daitaye Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vignana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jvala Premadhya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dina Tarine Rupanuga Viruddha Pasitanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairakya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padambujayate Namaha Namo Bhaktivinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gauravirbhava Bhumestvam Nirdasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Saru Bhauma Sri Jagannataya Te Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubevacha Paditanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavevayo Namo Namaha Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratise Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Avadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Stude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Right, so just a quick recap. So in Bhaktiyaloka, the thesis, translated thesis by is called, what they call Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So he have written, and of course this book is translated by Bhumipati Das. By our gratitude to him for creating this kind of books into English. So, so today the topic that we are studying is, all right, the 6 faults that destroy bhakti. Okay, what are the 6 faults that destroy bhakti? Because we must be very uh, careful. Okay, what are the things that actually can destroy our bhakti? Huh? So, so far we have discussed on these 2 subjects. Okay, the first thing is we call as atyahara. Atyahara means overeating or too much collecting. Okay, we eat a lot, and at the same time we collect a lot. Okay, this is something that will destroy the bhakti. And second one is prayasa. Prayasa means over endeavoring. When you do something which is more than this thing, so over endeavoring. So in over endeavoring also, we also did studies about, in fact, even in our spiritual life also, over endeavoring is sometimes is no good. So we have to always maintain our balance. Okay. So now we are going to the third topic. I hope you can see the screen. Everyone can see the screen.
Yes, Prabhu, can see.
All right, great. Okay. So okay. So just to recap what we have studied. Okay. Just a quick recap. Sarvatyage, okay, if one give up all material desire, but still desire for fame, it is considered compared to a stool. So it's a root cause of anarthas. Anarthas means unwanted. So a practicing devotee should pass his life in a natural occupation that is favorable to devotional service, and he should chant and remember the holy name with knowledge of his relationship with the Lord. Okay. So, like for instance, when we did this Harinam Sankirtan that day, we start to see that how this holy name start to impact people who don't even know what is it all about. It is so exciting and so interesting that because why everybody can get attracted? Because it is the natural tendency of every human living being, right? So the householder renounced making Varnasha, okay. Then the last paragraph, my Lord, if one favored by even a slight trace of mercy of your lotus feet, he can understand the greatness of your personality. But those who speculate to understand the personality of God are unable to know you, even though they continue to study the Vedas for many years. If one takes shelter of the holy name with humility and by the mercy of the Lord without prayasa means without over-endeavoring, all knowledge of the absolute truth that should be known awakens within the heart of that simple devotee. This knowledge is never attained by independent prayasa, right? By independent prayasa, it is not available. But when one simply takes shelter of the holy name of the Lord, okay, this is the most easiest and simplest way of achieving highest perfection. If not, you have to meditate, you have to fast, you have to follow certain tidhi, then you have to go to India, then you have to you have to bathe in Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Godavari, Sindhu, Kaveri, then you have to go and visit, then you have to go through a huge process. It's going to be a huge process, right? It is just, but this Harinam is just like, it is just like a highway. All right, you see, there's to attain that destination, there's a huge process. You have to pass through valley, mountains, tunnels, such a huge, long process, maybe take you 6 hours. But the engineers have already built a direct road, highway, that you can achieve. You can go there by 1 hour. All right. So the chanting of holy name is just like a highway. But just like sometimes when in a highway, you see the most accident happens. So what is the requirement when you want to go on a highway? You have to be very careful because you're speeding. You have to be very careful. You have to follow the rules and regulation. You shouldn't stop at the side. You shouldn't not to be very attentive. You cannot dream and drive because you're fast, you're speeding. You cannot use your phone. There's some rules and regulation. If anything goes wrong on the highway, the possibility of severe injury and death. There's only two things. There's no slight injury happens in highway. If there's an accident in highway, there's no such thing like slight injury, just some bruises. No, if the accident happened, severely injured or death. So similarly, right? So we have to be very careful and we have to be very sober in our driving in highway. So the same thing in the highway of holy name of the Lord, you have to do it with humility. If you don't have humility, you can never achieve the mercy of the Lord. Only that, very simple. We have to be humble, humility. So humility is very, very important. So in that humility, because we start to understand that I have, when we will not be, we won't be humble, when we are not humble, when we want to prove ourselves, when we are trying to have a lot of false ego, trying to prove ourselves that I am someone great in this society. And who are you to tell me? Oh, don't teach me what to do, right? Oh, if I don't do this, like this kind of a subtle kind of egoism. Subtle kind of egoism, when it arises in your heart, there's no humility. Like for instance, especially in devotional service. Okay, in devotional service, this is very common because since we are talking about devotional service, let us take example from devotional service, right? The standard feeling in devotional service is, if I am not there, what might have happened? If I am not there, who will do this thing? It's only me, I am the doer. Example, right? Say example, when we are engaging in devotional service, right? Especially like something that can be seen and appreciate, like decorating the altar, making flower garland. Look at that flower garland. I did that. So when you make the flower garland, and sometimes some volunteers don't turn up. So, oh, if I'm not there, what might have happened? Finish the flower garland, the decoration of the altar should have gone. So this is all called a slight, what they call? A very subtle kind of egoism. So this is the thing. So it's very common. Oh, the temple is clean because I clean it. So that's why, as what we have read in the previous thing, right? Rupa Goswami mentioning in Hari Bhakti Vilas, the concluding verse, what did he say? That he says that even if one give up all material desire, I mean, who give up the material desire? The devotees give up the material desire, but at the same time, desire for fame. Oh, look at the way I did that. Look at the way this thing. I am only cook. I am the great cook. If I don't cook, nobody can cook. I am the summum bonum. I am great. But of course, they don't say it out, but in their mind. When someone, especially in the kitchen, when someone is cooking, when another cook comes in, or this thing, there'll be also clash. Too many cooks spoil the food. Why do they say too many cooks spoil the food? Because the cook will start clashing among themselves. Hey, you have put too many sugar. No, you have put too many salt. Hey, you don't teach me. So when they start quarreling, the food becomes spoiled. All right. So like that, we have to be very careful when we are engaging ourselves in devotional service. We have to be very, very humble and tolerant, because we know we are not the doer. Right? When we go to the kitchen, who are cooking? Radha Rani is in charge of the kitchen, and you are the most fortunate one to be selected to engage in that service. In that service, you are cooking, and who is the first person going to enjoy your food? Is Sri Krishna himself. And not only that, and the food is going to go through the entire spiritual parampara, from your spiritual master to Srila Prabhupada, and from that to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, from that to Gaura Kishore Das Babaji, from Bhaktivinoda Thakur, from that to Jagannath Das Babaji. Like that, it goes to Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya will start to offer to the Ishwara Puri. Like that, it goes to the parampara and goes to the hands of Radha Rani. And Radha Rani will start to offer to Krishna. And Krishna tastes it, he enjoys it. And after that, the first person to take Krishna's direct prasadam is Radharani. Right? Prasadam. When Radharani touched, it becomes Mahaprasadam. Then after that, it comes to the parampara. All the acharyas will start to honor that prasadam that you offered. By the time it comes back to you, it becomes Maha Prasadam. Sometimes we should not make any distinction. When it comes to offering, especially during the festival season, people last there'll be a certain preparation, 21 items, 51 items that exclusively made in a small portion just to offer to the Lord. They call that Mahaprasadam. And people used to fight for it. Oh, where is my Mahaprasadam? I made this prasadam. Where is it? I made gulab jamun. How come I don't see the gulab jamun? Oh, I donated for Mahaprasadam. Where is my cut? And when the Mahaprasadam, the big tray comes, they straight away go and ambush that. Take it all, put on the plate, All these are over what they call atyahara. Even though it's Mahaprasadam, all these atyahara, overeating. Take everything. But we must understand, my dear, what they call Prabhus and mothers, every food that offered to Krishna is Mahaprasadam. It is not that exclusive gulab jamun or exclusive something that you offer directly to Krishna. Then what is this? Oh, this is mass cooking. This is normal prasadam. And this is Mahaprasadam. Even to look in that way, it is considered extremely offensive. We must understand, prasadam means it has spiritual qualities. The whole world became devotee after taking it. There's nothing that exclusive prasadam or a normal prasadam. There's no such thing. There's no such thing like a good great gold and a lousy gold. If you see a bar of gold, oh, that is good. When you see some dust gold, that one is useless, throw it away. No. Gold is always gold. Whether it's a dust form or even in the form of a bar. So we have to be very careful. So when we are serving the kitchen, we should understand that you are the representative and you are the selected one for Radharani. Never think, oh, if it's not me, nothing will work out. If it's not me, nothing will think. Oh, the food is cooking because of my talent, my cooking talent. No, it is Krishna blessed food. That's why we say we don't eat prasadam. We honor the food. We honor prasadam. Right? The second thing is when we do go for Sankirtan. When we go for Sankirtan, if you are selected by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit, Srivas, and all the Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, the entire Vaishnava community, have selected you to come and join the Harinam Sankirtan. It is not to say, oh, you did Harinam Sankirtan, I did Harinam Sankirtan, I'm so great. See, I took a group of devotees, went to the street and started to sing, oh, yo, I'm great. No. We must understand, in order to do that, the strength, the singing, the tune, the mantra, you being sober, not coughing halfway, not being disturbed, all these things is because you are the selected ones. Always remember that. It is not that I am great. It is you are selected by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the devotees. If we don't have all these kind of things, even after we giving up all desire, but still desire, we want to have some kind of recognition, especially in bhakti. In outside world, of course, recognition is different. In your job, you have to be recognized. That is different. That is in material world. But in spiritual life, if we desire for recognition, if we desire for some kind of glorification, it is something that is what Rupa Goswami is saying, equivalent to stool. Stool means what? Sheet. It's equivalent to the sheet, stool. Right? And not only that, because even how much, even the stool that comes up from our body, we don't even want to look at it. It's so disgusting. Right? Like recently when I went for a test, my annual checkup last year, because I couldn't make it after the chickenpox, I lost almost 11 kg. And the doctor was telling, oh, you have to do all these kind of tests. And they want to rule out colon cancer, right? Because there's a quite common for a man who are above 45. So he said, let's do this. Okay. Then he said, what should I do? And they give me one bottle. I said, so what should I do with the bottle? And inside the bottle, there's one small, what they call the bottle nap, comes with a small spoon. I said, what am I supposed to do with this? After you go to toilet, make sure you scoop a scoop of stool and put it inside. I said, what? Stool? And you cannot lah. He said, no, what do you mean cannot? It's from your own body. I said, cannot. And I had a tough time to do that. To take up a scoop of it and put it inside. So disgusting. Even the thing that actually out of my body itself, so disgusting. So that means this kind of fame, expecting fame, desire fame, it is absolutely disgusting. And among all the disgusting things, Rupa Goswami compared it is stool. Right? And he says it's the root cause of all anarthas. When we have that root cause, all the anarthas, unwanted egos will start to arise. Right? So therefore, one should carefully avoid touching this stool-like desire for fame. It is okay for you to have a desire to be a millionaire. It's okay to have a desire of something else. But to have a desire for fame, especially after giving up all desires, right? Because the desire for fame and name and fame, which is something which is very, very hard to get rid of it. Sometimes when you see, when we want to give a speech, we want someone to introduce us. Oh, this Padita Tarna is educated this much. We have done this subject, Bhakti Sastri, Bhakti Vaibhava, Bhakti Vedanta, Bhakti Sarvabhauma. You have been all these kind of recognitions. Then I feel so good. Yes. Then after that, people will be looking at you. Wow. They'll be sitting there. Hare Krishna. Now I know what I'm talking. You better listen to me. That is, you're simply touching the spoon. Of course, I'm not that qualified. Right? I failed my Bhakti Sastri. It is even, it was awakening for me when I failed my Bhakti Sastri. I was thinking, I can do it. What is Bhakti Sastri, man? Kerala. And I failed my favorite subject, Nectar of Devotion. That was my biggest tie slap for me. So we must understand all these things is given by Krishna and come from Krishna. So we have to be very, very careful. So that is that. How do you call? Okay. So like this. So if one takes shelter of the holy name with humility, without prayasa, without atyahara, by the mercy of the Lord, okay, without all knowledge of the absolute truth, everything about absolute truth about Krishna should be known. That means you should understand. It will awaken within your heart. Right? Sometimes people, you do not even need to bother. You do not even need to study and scrutinizing this. Humbly, meekly chant the holy name of the Lord. All this knowledge will be revealed. It is not something that acquired. It is something that is within your heart. It's awakened. Because you as a pure soul, you are the knower of the entire Vedas, if you really think about it. When you are part and parcel, even when you take a vast ocean, and you take a drop of seawater, even that drop is salty. It doesn't compromise on that nature of saltiness in the drop of ocean. Yes or not? You do not need to take go to the ocean and put your face inside, start to drink the water to feel the saltiness. Even you just take one drop of the seawater, put your so salty. Even a drop of seawater has the tendency of saltiness. Similarly, all that spirit soul, that we are part and parcel of Krishna, we are Satchit Ananda Vigraha, we are eternal, we are full of knowledge. Chit means full of knowledge. So full of knowledge means what? The entire 4 Vedas, Itihasas, Agamyas, Puranas, Ishopare, all that Upanishads, including Bhagavatam, Chaitanya, everything is in you. You have it. Because that is the idea about Satchit Ananda, Chit. You are eternal, Chit, full of knowledge. At the same time, Ananda Vigraha, and you are very beautiful. Right? Of course, Krishna is absolute, and we only have a drop of it. Even like how the drop of seawater has all the potency, similarly, you have all that potency. That is why, but in order to unlock that potency within your heart, okay, what they call, the day my children are watching this thing. You know that, what movie is that? P. Ramlee's movie, the 40 Thieves. What Alibaba is it? Is it Alibaba with 40 thieves, sir? All right, whatever. I hope you understand what I'm talking about, right? So he'll come with all the thieves, and he go to that cave, and he start to say one mantra. The thing open. Similarly, when we have humility, it will unlock all that because your anarthas are your stumbling block, your belief system, your egoism, all these things is your belief system. What do you call what do you call false ego in Tamil, ahankaram. Or in normal layman Tamil, mandakarvam. Ahankaram means mandakarvam, egoism. Mandakaram pudichando, porambaram, mandakaram, sariyana mandaganam pudichava, mandaganam, mandakarvam. So all these are called egoism. So all these unwanted anarthas will simply go away and everything is clean. Okay, when you are really clean, that's when one by one door will start to open. First, you start to have the taste for sadhana bhakti. Then after that, you go. Then you start to have another door will open of bhava bhakti, ecstatic love. After the bhava bhakti to the next level, it's got a huge process. You go. Then you come to prema bhakti. After the prema bhakti then you go. Ragatmika bhakti. Like that, you just go on until you come to that perfect stage. All right. So the thing is humility. You have to take the shelter with humility. All that knowledge that is supposed to be known to you will be revealed. But of course, that means if that's the case, then I don't need to study. Then I don't need to study, right? It's not that. It's not that you do not need to study. It is, you study, you will appreciate it even more. Once you know a little, Krishna will give you the rest. Right? So with that, so even say like, for instance, if you want to do your MBBS, why not straight away do your specialization? Say once you're studying medicine, you study the basic first. Then you go and do your houseman. Then once you get experience with houseman and everything, then you become an MO. Then you become MO in one particular department. You just stay. The houseman, you stay around 3 or 4 months in one department. But once you become MO, you stay in that department for a long period of time. Until one department that even the department feels you're good, and even you feel that you're very comfortable with that department, that's when you go into a subspecialist. Right? FRCS and all this. So you go into this. I mean, that's when you go into the detailed study. What say like you like ENT, ear, nose, throat. You just go into specialize in ENT. But in order for you to do that, you must have that basic knowledge. So you can even argue, okay, if okay, my father is an ENT doctor. I born as an ENT surgeon's son. So when I do my MBBS, I study ENT because I know you can't do that. Right? You have to see. So understanding Sastra, studying all these things is important. From here, you gradually go to the next level. You go into more depth. All right. That's why we are studying and acquiring knowledge. Okay. And that's what Krishna is sending all his representatives, like our spiritual masters, Srila Prabhupada and Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, all their works like Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Patta Goswami, Jiva Goswami, all these 6 Goswamis. And Lokanath Das. So all these acharyas are coming and they're giving so many commentaries so that at least one will catch. You will get attracted. Right? It's just like you want to catch a fish using a hook. You have one hook. The possibility is if 100 fish inside the fish, what is the possibility? 0.01. But what happens if you put 10 hooks? 0.1. What happens if you put 50 hooks? 0.5. What happens if you put 100 hooks? So the possibilities of you catching the fish is higher if you set enough hook. So like that, there's so much of hooks around you, and it just depends according to your environment, according to your mood, you'll capture the one hook, and Krishna will take you out. So that's the thing. So it is very important to acquire knowledge. But at the same time, Rupa Goswami also mentioned, this knowledge is never attained by independent prayas. Independent prayasa means what? You are sitting at home and working so hard to study, it doesn't work that way. Like how? Oh, I don't associate with devotees, I don't engage in the bhakti, But I buy all the books in the world and I put it around me, all the books, and I start to study. Bhagavad Gita done. Okay, now start Bhagavatam done. Chaitanya Charitamrita done. You study all that, but still you can never come to that knowledge. All right? Because this knowledge is, the bhakti knowledge is not theoretical knowledge. You all must understand. It is practical. And that's why we call rasa. When we study Bhakti Rasa Amrita Sindhu, we will discuss about that. So Bhakti will come with rasa. Rasa means what? Even in Malay also rasa. Rasa means what? Taste. Rasa apa? Rasa is manis. Rasa pahit. Rasa means what? Taste. So Bhakti Rasa. Bhakti Rasa means the Bhakti will come with taste. So all the taste will never come just by independent prayas. All right? So with that, we start the session. Oh boy, it's already 45 minutes we are talking on this because after a long break, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? After a long break, when we are coming back to here, sometimes we may forget what we are doing because after this, now we're going to go to the next one. Prajalpa, it is the most important topic. Let's see how many paragraphs do we have. Prajalpa, if possible, I don't want to rush into Prajalpa because Prajalpa is the root cause of all trouble, even in material life. So I'm going to take my own sweet time to discuss this. Let's see how big is that topic. It's quite a long discussion on Prajalpa. You all got a book with you? Can you tell me how many pages Prajalpa? That's Janasangha, right? So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9.5. So since it's 9.5, we divide the session to 2 days. We try to do half today and we do half tomorrow. If it's not finished, we also can do another half. This Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday morning, we cannot do it, but maybe Saturday evening. Okay, anyway, we discussed that. Okay, so I want you to relax yourself first because I don't want to take a break on this. So now it's 9:54. Shall we just take a short break? You want to go to the washroom, you want to take your medicine, you want to have something? Please do it and come back in 3 minutes time. All right? Because this is going to be the very, very important topic. And this is the topic, once we understand this, what they call Prajalpa, half of our problem is gone. Okay? Shall we take a short break? Is that okay with everyone? Quick one, Hare Krishna. Right. So now, in this verse, Sarva dosa nivarana duh nama sanjalpana prasade prasida duijane. So while, please underline this thing in your book. While chanting the holy name of the Lord, that means while you are chanting, if a wretched person, what is wretched person means? A person who are extremely sinful, wretched, okay, extremely sinful person, in his lifetime, that means now you are very wretched, very sinful, and say you are living up to 80 years, 90 years, 100 years, even in his lifetime, in his entire lifetime, achieve namavas. So now the question is, what is namavas? Okay, namavas means a glimpse of offenseless chanting. A glimpse, right? In your entire lifetime of chanting, just at one particular moment, a small glimpse, you chanted without offense. Are you all following me? Please, this thing, okay, I want you to really pay attention to this. Then, what happened? Then all his faults are destroyed and their lordship become pleased with him. Can you see this? While chanting the holy name of the Lord, if a wretched person, extremely sinful person, in his lifetime achieves namavas, a glimpse of offenseless chanting, then all his faults are destroyed. All his fault, whatever sin that you have done, is destroyed, burst, exploded into pieces, and their lordship become pleased with him. Just like what happened in Ajamila's story. All his life, he was such a terrible, sinful person. But at that final moment of time, he just shouted, Narayana, save me, in a very helpless situation. After seeing Yamadutta was so nasty and so ugly, in that helpless situation, he looked at, he was just calling upon his son. The son was playing. He saw the son was playing around, baby boy. Then he was playing. Suddenly he said, Narayana, save me. But he was in that moment, he was so helpless. He had nothing. He had no intention in his mind. He had no desire in his mind. He was so helpless, and he just screamed and said, Narayana, please save me, in a very helpless situation. So he had achieved a glimpse of offenseless chanting. What happened? The Vishnuduttas came and saved him. Saved him from hellish life. So, Kirtana, offering prayer, and reciting the scripture are all Jalpana. Please underline this word. Kirtana, that means you're performing Kirtan, all right? You're chanting, you are doing this street chanting and all this, and okay, offering prayer, you're going to the Lord and you offer your prayer. How do you offer your prayer? You speak to the Lord, my dear Jagannath, my dear Krishna, please bless me with Namavas. Please bless me with ecstatic love. You talk. Huh? So that's called offering prayer, and also reciting the scripture. Like what you're doing here, we are studying the scripture. Of course, now it's work of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and all these scriptures are all Jalpana. Right? But now the word is but when these are performed with a favorable mood and devoid of material desire, right? But when all these things are performed with a favorable mood, that means what is your mood? That I want to achieve Krishna prema, right? When the time of we are leaving the body, suddenly Yamadutta can come for two reasons. One reason, of course, to take a person to hell. Okay, he comes in a very terrible anger. And the second thing also is to take you to heaven. They also the one. So, or see that you go to Yamaraj will be offering you a this thing. So he give you offer. You have done so much of good things. You go to the court, and the court says you are discharged. And now they say, will you like to go to heaven? Will you like to go? Even a devotee will reject it. Heaven, I'm not interested. Liberation, I'm not interested. Moksha, not at all. Right? I want to go to Brahmaloka? No. I want to go to Kailash? No. I want to go to Vaikunda? No. Then, do you want to go to Goloka Vrindavan to be with Krishna? No. Then what do you want? I just want to be 100% in the service of the Lord. My consciousness must absorb in the service of the Lord. That is what they call Prema or Raganuga Bhakti. Prematmika. Prematmika, of course, it's not possible for human being, but Raganuga Bhakti. Raganuga Bhakti, they are 100% desireless. Right? We will study that when we start our Shikshastaka. Right? Lord Chaitanya will be praying. Every day, missing you, I feel like I've not seen you for 12 years. No, you can break my heart. You can break my bones, but I don't care. I just want to be always in the mood in your service. Right? So like that. So that means, but when this is performed without any, with favorable mood, devoid of material desire, right? So material desire, and then they are all cultivation of Krishna consciousness. Now, this is what we should highlight, we should understand. So how to improve in Krishna consciousness? First, by doing kirtana, chanting, offering prayer, then reciting the scripture, okay? But all this has to be performed in a favorable mood with no material desire. So Krishna, I'm going to do this to you. I hope that you you take care of me. Like for instance, those people are suffering from Sani, Sada Sani. Elra Sani. That's the most fearful condition in in astrological chart. So what they say, you go in sing this the prayer of Lord Saniswara towards what they call Narashinga Dev. And what is the prayer, sir? Narashinga Stuti, I think. Right? There's a prayer called Narashinga Stuti. So we pray that. All right, we offer a prayer, we chant Narashinga mantra. Ugram Vera Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarvato Mukam Narashimam Vishnam Bhadram Mrityor Mrityum Namami Ham Garjantam Garjantam Nijabuja Patalam Spotayantam Atantam Rupayantam Tapayantam Vividitijam Kisipantam Kisipantam Pradantam Roshantam Dishi Dishi Sadatam Samarantam Barantam Vikshantam Purnayantam Karasatir Divya Singham Namami. Then after that, there's a prayer. All right, just now is this. Then we offer prayer. Then after that, we start to recite the scripture, like the Sanishwaras, I mean, what they call Narashinga Stuti and all this. But for what? So that so that I can escape Narashinga Dev. Hey, sorry, escape Sanishwara. So all these things is with material desire. Okay, material desire. But still, it is better than doing this other kind of ritual. It is still better. That's why Krishna says that 4 types of people will come after me, will come to me. One who are distressed. Right? What is the cause of distress? Because of planetary system. Right? They come to Krishna. I know that you are the only solution. So I worship you in the form of Narashinga. It's okay. The one who wants money. And Krishna, that you are Lakshmi Padi. You are your husband of Lakshmi. Lakshmi means mother of fortune, goddess of fortune. Padi means husband. So you are Lakshmi Padi. I come and worship you. Please ask your wife to, please bless me with all opulence. So they go to Tirupati temple, Venkatachalapati. It's okay. Number 3, those who are wants to understand, they're inquisitive. Why I'm suffering? You know, why I'm suffering? This thing. So they go to, okay, they say, okay, Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna, what he spoke, right? The way of coming out of all this pain. Do your job, don't expect anything. Bhagavad Gita, that is okay. Okay, number 4, right? I want to search for absolute truth. I'm not interested in anything, but I want to find out what is the truth out there. So I go to Srimad Bhagavatam. It's okay. It's okay. Because we have to start with some kind of desire and approach Krishna to achieve the desire. That's okay. Even though it is not so recommended, but it still is better than going somewhere else to look for it. Right? I need money. Right? So therefore, I try to kowtow with some millionaire. I try to join, worship him, learn a skill from him. So I will start a business like him. To take another millionaire or to take another millionaire as my mentor. Oh, I need money. So I go to Mapu. Go straight to KTM, Kuda Toto Magnum, tekan the number. Like the day, you know, that 100 over million or 200 over million, 100 over million, I think. Strike. After that, you see, the Toto share went up. Everybody start going in there, you know, and they start to think about it. What kind of luck that fellow should have to strike that much of money? You know, they start to propagate. There's a propaganda. So it's better to come to Lord Venkatachalapati than going to KTM, Kuda Toto Magnum, and tekan the number. Gambling is better than gambling. Oh, I'm inquisitive. Who am I? Okay, am I more than me? So it's better to refer to Bhagavad Gita than refer to this book of Think and Grow Rich. Better than referring to this book called Awaken the Giant Within. All these kind of motivational, mundane books, which says that you are more than what you think. So what is that idea? The material world idea of being a successful person means the amount of opulence that you have. Once upon a time, a janitor, a real life story, a janitor was cleaning the building. Every day he sit in front, there's in the park in America, he just look at the building, he'll be just meditating in his mind. One day I'll own the building. Eventually he owned the building. And there's an autobiography about his life. So everybody start to read. Oh, what's the idea? So that I want to own Twin Tower. Imagine you want to go and own the Twin Tower, Petronas Twin Tower. Make it to Padita Tarna Tower. It's all nonsense. Huh? Then I want to go for absolute truth. So what I'll do, I'll go to the Google. I go to Google and I start to look here, search there, and start to see some reels, short forms. All this kind. So all these are nonsense. It is not Krishna consciousness. So better from you doing that. At least you're doing in that called Daivi Prakriti, in the divine nature, under the protection of Krishna. You want to learn something about self-awareness, self-realization, go to Bhagavad Gita. When you want to know you want to learn absolute truth, go to Srimad Bhagavatam. You want money, go to Lord Venkatachalapati. If you want if you are, what they call next one, in distress, in pain. So if you're afraid of in pain, all the pain is happened because of that all that Navagraha and all these things. So you go to Lord Saniswar. It's better. It's better to do that. You all get it? So anyway, it's okay. But now we are, but the idea that we are studying Bhaktiyaloka, because we already surpassed that situation of being a materialist. Right? We surpassed that situation that I want money, I want this, because you all have gone through Gita Gyan, and I believe that you all have studied the Gita, Bhagavad Gita very thoroughly. If not, you won't be here sitting here to listen to this kind of topic, which is going to be in detailed studies. Because now I believe that all of you have this kind of subtle thought in your mind that all of you wants to become a pure devotee of Krishna. And by being a pure devotee of Krishna, even there will be a subtle desire in your heart that you want to go to that eternal abode of Goloka Vrindavan and be the associate of Lord Krishna. Not desiring heaven, not desiring Brahmaloka, and not even desiring Vaikuntha Loka. You want straight go to Krishna and you want to be with them. That's why we are sitting here. And because of that intention, our topic here can be a little detailed. Because I am not giving my opinion, we are studying what is that opinion and by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So that means when we study all these kirtana, offering prayers, reciting the scripture are all jalpana, but all these has to be performed in a favorable mood and without any material desire. When we do that, it is called cultivation of Krishna consciousness. Cultivation Krishna consciousness means what? I give you a land, the land is already there. Right? The plants are already there, but of course, there's a lot of bush and a lot of things that's grown up. There's a garden, it's a mango trees and everything, orchard is there. So, okay, now I give you, okay, for instance, I give Vivan, can you go and take over the place, the piece of land? Everything is given there, everything is there. So Vivan go and cultivate. How does he cultivate? First, he pull out all the weeds. He pull out all the weeds and keep the place clean. And he start to now he start to he take that, what do you call that? Chankul, what they call chankul in English? Spade, the kind of things, we used to, for the cultivate the land. So you just cultivate the land, you put some fertilizer, you water the plant. That's called cultivation. It's already there. You are cultivating. Similarly, the Krishna consciousness is already in your heart. But in order to do that, first we have to offer prayer, offer kirtana, study the scripture, and without any material desire, you go and do this. This is called the cultivation of Krishna consciousness, which was forgotten for so many years, so many births. Therefore, the conclusion. So what is the conclusion of all this is all Prajalpas. Okay, please underline. Sorry. All Prajalpas that are unfavorable to Krishna service are adverse to devotional service. So that means all Prajalpas, all right, all that mundane talk and all these things, which doesn't help you in devotional service, all right, which is adverse or don't help you devotional service, okay, it is all that's unfavorable to Krishna service are adverse. That means all the talking which is not favorable in Krishna service, it will adverse to devotional service. It doesn't cultivate your devotional. Therefore, the practitioner should be very careful to give up Prajalpa. So, practitioner, we are all a spiritual practitioner now. We have to be carefully give up Prajalpa. Every word that come out from your tongue has to be, you have to know. Of course, this realization I got after speaking to even last week. I think I shared that in the group. I shared it in the class, last class. So, when we start to talk something nonsense, which is no good. So, the tongue, So how to avoid that? Of course, we'll go through it. But practice should carefully give up Prajalpa. Carefully. That means consciously. Don't speak whimsically. You know? When a person is angry, they don't know what would come out from the mouth. All the word like a machine gun. Come on. So practitioners should be carefully give up Prajalpa. And there's no fault in activities, okay? There is no fault in the activities of Mahajana. Okay, who is Mahajanas? Okay, Mahajanas is pure devotee. The Mahajanas have respectfully engaged in Prajalpa. Okay, what the Mahajana or the devotees will do, they respectfully engage in Prajalpa, which is favorable to devotional service. Okay, favorable to devotional service. And this is our only duty, right? So when you look at the devotees, when you look at Maharaj, or when you look at like the visiting Swami in Malaysia, right? Narasingha Maharaj, he doesn't speak anything else other than, he doesn't ask why the environment in Malaysia is hot, how is the political situation. I never seen him talking about it. Of course, certain Western devotees, when they come, they couldn't tolerate the heat. They can say, oh my God, your country is so hot. That's different. But unnecessary talking. They always come, they talk about Krishna. Then after that, they start to inquire about the devotee. How's the devotee doing? How are these devotee doing? They are already picking on that. Sometimes, okay, now let's look at this. Prabhupada, I mean, what they call Bhaktivinoda Thakur is continuing. Sometimes puffed up devotees advise that all types of Prajalpa should be given up. All right? Sometimes puffed up devotees. What is a puffed up devotee? The devotee who thinks that they are so great. Advanced devotee. Being advanced means it's just we have to be like a paddy. When you look at the paddy, when the paddy start to produce, when the rice paddy start to produce, from first the paddy is like this. When the things start to flower and the things turn into paddy and the thing will become, the head will start to bang. Okay, this is also in Malay proverb, all right? Seperti padi berisi. All right, when you see the paddy, when it start to fill up, it start to become humble. So the more and more that lot of knowledge start to enter our head, we have to actually bow down. Not to speak and not to put out these cases. I am a scholar. So, like that. So we must understand, puffed up devotees. What they advise. All types of Prajalpa should be given up. Everything. Don't talk nonsense. But we must remember, we are the followers of Srila Rupa Goswami. Right? We are exclusive. We are exclusive devotees actually. So since we are the followers of Srila Rupa Goswami, being followers of Shiva, we will always stick to, right? We always stick to the path shown by the sadhus who are following his instruction. So we only follow the sadhus who follow the instructions of Rupa Goswami. Because when you look at, we have 4 parampara, and all the parampara got different opinion. Even in our parampara, Madhva, Gaudiya parampara, Madhva parampara, they have a different doctrine. But under that parampara, we are under the branch of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is through his disciple Rupa Goswami, because he has already given the instruction to Rupa Goswami in a sutra form. Sutra. Sutra means what? In short quote, you have to expand it. Okay? And Rupa Goswami extended and he spoke Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. In order to appreciate Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Bhakti Rasa, the taste of Bhakti, all right? Rasa, which is Amrita. So Bhakti Rasamrita means Bhakti means devotion. Devotion, or Prabhupada always translate as devotional service. Bhakti. Rasa means taste. Amrita. What is Amrita means? Nectar, honey. All right, honey, Amrudam. In Tamil, we call Amrudam. All right, Amrudam. So they say Bhakti Rasa with, and it is Amrita. Amrita means it's a honey laden, honey tasted Bhakti, devotional service, which is Sindhu. What is Sindhu means? Ocean. Ocean. You can't find the what they call the depth or the breadth of that ocean. Sometimes when we fly in the aeroplane, right? When we look down at the ocean, you just see from one corner to one corner. You cannot see, right? Even you can get a thing from this shore to that shore. You can get some kind of calculation, but you cannot find the calculation at the depth. How deep? Okay, the width, the breadth, and the depth of the ocean is like that. So the Bhakti Rasa Mrta Sindhu, right? So now we understand it is, okay, it is Bhakti, which is devotional service, Bhakti, Rasa Amrita. So Rasa means taste, Amrita means nectarian taste, and is Sindhu, that means it's a vast ocean. So there is no end to your enjoyment. You cannot say, enough. You can never say enough, but at the same time, there's no scarcity. Okay, there's not scarcity. It's so much in that one. Okay. Okay, so it's like that. So now, Rupa Goswami instruction in the Bhakti Rasa Mrta Sindhu, which we're going to study after this Bhaktiyaloka. Okay, after this we're going to study Bhakti Rasa Mrta Sindhu. It's going to be amazing. So what it says, which is also quoted from Skanda Purana. What is Skanda Purana? Okay, another thing. What is Skanda Purana? Skanda Purana is the Purana that's spoken by Kartikeya, Skanda. And who is that Kartikeya? It is Lord Muruga. The Thaipusam festival that we celebrated, Lord Muruga, Kartikeya, he is Skanda. What is Skanda means? Okay, there's another long story. I don't go into that. Right, so Skanda. So Skanda Purana is the Purana that's spoken by Lord Murugan. What he says? Sa Murgaya Shreyasam Hetu Panta Santapa Varjita Anavapta Sramam Purve Yena Santa Pratistire. What it says here? What see? One should strictly follow the easy path. Please underline this word. If you got a color pencil, color the word. If you got a highlighter, but don't highlight lah, because I don't know, if you're okay, highlight that word. What it says here, one should strictly follow the easy path. Even the path, it is easy. Strictly follow the path. One should strictly follow the easy path, which is that the previous acharyas, previous mahajans have accepted. Previous mahajan, all the previous acharyas have accepted. So one should follow the easy path. Don't complicate yourself. When you have easy access to Goloka, to Mayapur, to Vrindavan, right? Unless you have the strength. If you don't have the strength, why we should think of going to Ahobilam? You climb the hills, right? Narasingha temple. That recently some devotees went there, they came back, they say, oh my God, so hot, so, you see. Okay, anyway. So one should follow the easy path that the previous Mahajan, great acharyas, great devotees have accepted. So what? What this easy path? The path that bestows great auspiciousness. It is very auspicious to follow and is devoid of all misery. Right? When it's easy, it should be easy. If it's going to be tough, of course, it's going to be miserable. So it's going to be devoid of all misery. Our Mahajana's path is that which was shown by who? By Srila Vyasadeva, Sukadev Goswami, Prajalpa Maharaj, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and also his associates. So this is considered the easy path. Srila Vyasadeva have, okay, like for instance, studying Bhagavad Gita. Like some says, no, I want to study Mahabharata. For what? I want to study the Mahabharata. I'll go to the Mahabharata is meant for people who doesn't have the faith in Vedas, but just want to read it as an autobiography or ancient history of India. Right? But when we become a devotee, what's the point reading Mahabharata? For what? Right? Like some say, I like to, I don't want to go into that. Some other detail can be very offensive. So, Mahabharata, which is not necessary. Straight go to the essence of Mahabharata, which is Bhagavad Gita. Bhishma Parva, the stage is Bhagavad Gita. And from Sukadev Goswami, he gave the entire Srimad Bhagavatam. Why not? Just stick to Srimad Bhagavatam. Then, shown by Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj in the 5th canto. Okay, he's the one who says, what they call? Smaranam, what do you call? Kirtanam, Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Pada, Sevanam. Right? So this is the instruction, the 9 limbs of bhakti. Right? It's in Srimad Bhagavatam. Just follow that. Very easy. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. Then Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada, Sevanam, all this, Archanam, Sakyam, all this kind of 9 limbs of bhakti, which Prahlad Maharaj said it very simply. Easy process. Right? Then, of course, then when came Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave Shikshastaka, only 8 instructions. And his associate, like Kaviraj, what they call? Krishnadas Kaviraj. He gave Chaitanya Charitamrita, the topmost or the PhD in Vedas. And of course, his associates, like Srila Rupa Goswami, the 6 Goswamis, and further explanation by all the acharyas like Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Easy process. If not, you want to go and learn something, you have to learn in Sanskrit, and of course, you have to, all these are troublesome. So we are not to leave aside. We are not to, that means Bhaktivinoda Thakur is warning. We are not to leave aside that path to follow the instruction of new puffed up devotees. Okay, we are not to leave aside the path to follow the instruction of new puffed up devotees. That means we are not to leave aside. That means we don't stay aside by listening to the instruction of new puffed up devotees. We follow the acharyas. Some devotees say, do this. No, we don't stay back. Even you are progressing, right? Suddenly they come and tell, why not you study this book first before you go there? We are already on the path. We are already going very smoothly. Suddenly they just pull you at the side. They say, now you do this. So you get stuck there. What book to study, Prabhu? No, before you go there, why not you study Ramayana? All right? Why not you study Ramayana first? Then why not Ramayana got another version which is from Tamil Nadu, Kamba Ramayana. Why not? I mean, all these things are going to astray you. So that's why what they call Bhaktivinoda Thakur is warning that stay away. Don't leave aside. Don't stay aside by from following the instruction by these new puffed up devotees. But because all the Mahajans have respected the Prajalpa, which nourishes devotion to Hari. Okay, so all these Mahajans have respected that Prajalpa. That means even talk nonsense, idle talking, but that idle talking for the in the name of Krishna, Harikatha, it nourishes devotion. Okay, when then after that, what they call Bhaktivinoda Thakur is explaining here. We will discuss this in appropriate place. That means later you're going to discuss this. Now, godless Prajalpas. Okay, now there's another Prajalpa. That means now we speak about spiritual Prajalpa. Now, what happened to the godless Prajalpa? The godless Prajalpa are impediment to devotional service. It's a big challenge in devotional service. All right, and there are many types. Number one, useless talks. Useless talks. When 2 old men get together, they start to talk about politics. They can come to the perfect. In fact, they also start to speculate what's the next move of the prime minister going to do. And they talk and they hit the table. Useless talks. Number two is what? Arguments. Okay. Number 2 is argument. Like what they call argument, like you or me. You know that I know better than you. You know, the scientists have created this electric car. The electric car is safe. No, it's not safe. No, you look at these two cars, they are good. Other cars are lousy. But I know something. No, that argument stuff for nonsense things. Another thing is gossip. Gossip is very dangerous. Do you know? Have you heard about that devotee? That devotee have done that. This is thing. And the quite common among the Indians debates. Patti Mandram. Such a useless debates. Especially when it comes Pongal, when it comes Deepavali, when it comes New Year, it is a standard Patti Mandram. Leonie Patti Mandram and all these. One Leonie is look like a drunkard fella. He's sitting in the middle and he'll be telling who is better, girl better or boy better. And they start to argue. You know, oh, you know, we thought women, men can never leave. And the man will start, and of course, and all these are nonsense. Nonsense talk, debate. All these kind of nonsense debates. All right. So then after that, when we go, and another thing, Prajalpa is fault finding in others. We have to be very careful. We have to be very careful of not finding fault on others. You are also guilty of this kind of fault. Why are you finding the fault on others? This is called hypocrisy. I have that fault and I try to dig other people's fault. That's called hypocrisy. Right? Hypocrite. So, like in, I think we have studied that in the Nectar of Instruction. 8. Instruction number 8, there is, is 8 or 6, 6 or 8. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada wrote, he said in the purport about this Satyaraj Khan. Satyaraj Khan is a very close, pure devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He came and asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, my dear Lord, who is Vaishnava? He asked that question, who is Vaishnava? And Lord Chaitanya repeated in a very simplified, straightforward comment. Anyone who chants the holy name of the Lord even once in their lifetime, it is called Vaishnava. Are you all following me? Please put a thumbs up. I have not seen anyone yet. Okay, okay, great. Anyone who chants. So what we can see, like in Malaysia, everybody, the Chinese, the Malays, the Buddhist, the Christian, the Islam, all the religious people, everyone chanting the name of Krishna. Selamat Hari Taipusam. Selamat Hari Raya Cina. Then Selamat Hari Tahun Baru. Selamat Hari this thing. Selamat Hari Hari. So everyone, knowingly, unknowingly, whether with consciousness or with ignorance, they are all chanting the holy name of Krishna. So in other words, in Malaysia, we are actually staying in the association of a devotee, Jana Sangha, or Bhakta Sangha. If you really look at it, we are somewhere, we are in that. And now the number plate Ram, okay, there's RAM. There's so many cars are running around Ram. Okay, then there's one guy, Ramlan. There's one guy, Ramlan. When I saw this, say, what's your name? Ram. Ram? You punya nama Ram? Yalah. Bukan nama India ke tu? Bukan, saya punya nama Ramlan. Short form, Ram. Orang panggil saya Ram, orang lain orang panggil saya Lan. Ram. Like that. So that means Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say that you should not find fault. All these are devotees. But of course, the devotee in the 3 mode of material nature, we have studied that. The Pradhana in Bhagavad Gita, we also studied that. The 3 mode of material, even there's a bhakti in the mode of goodness, bhakti in the mode of passion, bhakti in the mode of ignorance. So that means all these people are in that mode, ignorance. All right? But still, they are chanting the holy name of the Lord. In this book called Harinama Chintamani. Harinama Chintamani, Haridas Thakur writes. He said, even the Muslims even call haram. Haram. There's one guy was hit by the wild boar attacked him. The wild boar got a tusk, pierced his stomach, and he's dying. And while he's dying, he said, Haram, haram, haram. But when he died, the Vaikundapati, what they call the Vaikunda Dutta, what they call the Vishnu Duttas came and took him back home, back to Body. When he saw, he said, who are you? I said, I'm not Hindu. He said, yes, but you are calling Allah. Yeah, I'm going to take you to Allah. So he took him to Vishnu. Why? Because he have said the word haram. Haram means Hari, Ram, Ram. Even in that. So imagine fault finding in others. And especially in devotees, it's going to be terrible. So we will discuss that. So fault finding in others. All right. Then what is the next thing? The next thing is speaking falsehood. Speaking falsehood means what? Speaking lies. Right? The thing is not there, but speaking falsehood. Something that doesn't happen, you see, just to show yourself. Falsehood. All right? The most terrifying, horrible is blaspheming the devotees. Blaspheming the devotees means to say something very bad about the devotees and break his enthusiasm and excitement in bhakti. That's the worst thing to do. All right? They call dosa kirtan. We must do Hari Kirtan. We should not do dosa kirtan. Dosa means what? Okay, in Malay, we call dosa means sin. Right? But in Sanskrit, dosa means fault. So we call dosa kirtan. So sometimes when we blaspheme the devotees, our bhakti beach, all right, will be trampled. That means we are putting a poison in our bhakti life. And the poison will go to the root and kill the root. Right? And how to how to overcome it? We have to go to the devotees and ask for forgiveness. That's one way. All right, that is okay at least. But the person who start to upload all these things in the internet, or this devotee, go around him like Inspector Gadget, go behind him, like a spy. What he does, take photo and put in the website. Or this fella, I saw him in a coffee shop. Or this fella was under the toddy tree and drinking toddy. Right? பனைமரத்துக்கு கீழே பால் குடிச்சாலும் கல்லு குடிப்பேன்னு சொல்லுவானுங்க. Right? That means it's just like under the toddy tree, toddy, the alcohol, you stand under the tree, you drink milk or drink this buttermilk, more. You drink the buttermilk, people say, hey, look at the fellow drinking toddy, because the toddy and buttermilk looks alike. Right? And take the photo and put it in the internet. And the whole thing is dosa kirtan. Even though later you find out, oh, the fellow was only drinking yogurt. All right? The diluted yogurt. And you're going to ask forgiveness. But you're not forgiven because you've already created that permanent mark in that internet website, which can never be destroyed, can never take it out. Once you have put in, that's it. Until for eternity, as long as that internet facility and everything is there, the whole world will realize that you are toddy drinker, dosa kirtan. It's going to be terrible. Blaspheming devotees, right? We will study that if we go on. And of course, another thing is worldly talk. All these are called Prajalpa. Very important. Please mark this word. Please underline. Unless talk is extremely detrimental, unless. That means if there's a situation where talk has to be done, all right? A talk, that means you have to talk, all right? So unless, okay? Oh, sorry, unless, Krishna, my eyes are. So sorry, what it says is, useless talk is extremely detrimental. The useless talk, right? So extremely detrimental means what? Extremely detrimental means this useless talk will definitely spoil your bhakti. Okay? The useless talk is extremely detrimental. Right? It is not ordinarily detrimental, but extremely detrimental. That means it will definitely spoil your bhakti. So we have to be very careful. Okay? We have to be very careful that we don't talk nonsense. And I say, okay, please underline all these things. Sir. Okay. Now, practicing devotee. Now, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is suggesting the practicing devotees should discuss topics of Lord Hari in the association of other devotees. And remember the form of Hari, Hari's form, name, qualities, pastime. Yeah, okay, I read all this. So what it says here, that Okay. What it says here? Practicing devotee discuss. They discuss topics of Lord Hari in the association of other devotees. Because with other devotees only you can have the relishness. And remember Hari's name, form, qualities, and pastimes. Right? So where you should do it? In a secluded place. I mean, you don't sit in a coffee shop and talk about it. You know, people be noisy. Hey, you know what? In Bhagavatam, Krishna say like this, you know, really? What did he say? We cannot do that. Because I speak is going to be loud and it's not going to be very relishing. So secluded place without useless wasting time. So now in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, text 8 to 9, it is said, Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattas sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mang buddha bhava samanvitaha mat chitta mat gata prana bodhayanta parasparam katayantascha mang vidyam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. What did they say? I am the source of all spiritual and material world. Krishna says, I am the source of all spiritual and material world. Everything emanates from me, right? Everything comes from him. And the wise, that means the person who are wise, intelligent people, who is the wise people? The one who perfectly know. The one who perfectly knows what they do. We engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Now you see or not? After listening to this, now we understand the verse pattern. So that means Krishna says, I am the source. He's the one that everything comes from him. Source of spiritual and material world. That everything emanates, everything comes from me. The wise people, that means who knows perfectly Krishna, he knows, who perfectly know this, what they do? They engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. The thoughts of my pure devotee, now Krishna is saying, the thoughts, all right, the thoughts of my pure devotees. So what is the things of pure devotees? Always dwell in me, right? So that means the thoughts of the pure devotee of the Lord is always within the Lord. All right? It doesn't go out of the topic. And their lives are fully devoted. They devoted the whole life to his service. And through that, they derive great satisfaction. They feel so much of satisfaction. And not only that, bliss. Bliss is something which is very expensive commodity. You can never exchange your entire wealth for an ounce of bliss. You know, you cannot say like you have $100 million worth of asset. You want to exchange that entire asset property just for a drop of bliss. You can never get it. Right? So they derive great satisfaction and bliss. How? How? By always enlightening one and another in conversing about me. Now you all understand this verse? Right? Can you see how wonderfully what they call what is it? Bhaktivinoda Thakur is after we read that the previous thing, now we understand. So Krishna says he is the source of material and spiritual. Everything emanate, every particle of this is come from him. And those intelligent people who know this, that means know that he's the source, will perfectly, okay, he engage in his devotional service. And he worship them with all their hearts. And of course, their thinking, their thoughts of my pure duty always dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service. And they get so much, they derive great satisfaction. Derive means what? They receive all that great satisfaction and bliss. How? By always enlightening one another. That means I tell you, you tell me, I tell you, you tell me. They start to have this kind of blissful feeling of talking about Krishna. Then in 9.4, Krishna also, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is continuing. Satatam kirtayanto mang yatantascha driddhavrataha namashyantascha mang bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. So what he says, always chanting my glories. Number one, always chanting my glories. Then number two, endeavoring with great determination. Right? With great determination. Yes, I really want to go back to Godhead. Even if I want to go to Godhead, or that is secondary, but I want to achieve that prema bhakti. I want that prema bhakti. I want that prema bhakti. So that means I have to endeavor. I have to work hard. Okay, endeavor with great determination. Number three, bowing down. Okay, before me. Always we see the Lord, we have to pay our obeisances. All right, we don't see, we just don't say, like that. No, you have to fall down. All right. So this thing. So who are these? Krishna actually, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Right? So these perpetually. That means in that you see, they are with purpose, with intention. They are worshiping me with devotion. So the devotion means chanting the glories. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare means what? The internal potency of the Lord, which is Radharani, the Ladini Shakti, which Krishna loves the most. Right? You are saying, oh dear Krishna, your Radharani in your heart, which is Ladini Shakti, you love her so much. She controls you. You know? So yeah, you can expand that word, right? Ladini. Then Krishna, the most beautiful one. How beautiful are you? You got your skin color is like you are the color of the dark monsoon cloud, which is so pleasant. All right. And your eyes are pundrikaksham. That means your eyes look like a lotus flower. Your lips are like bimba fruit. It's a kind of fruit, bimba. Right? I think if I'm not mistaken, it's like a jambu. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure, but once I've seen the fruit, it's like a beautiful lips, like a bimba fruit. The color of your lips like a bimba fruit. Right? Your throat is look like a conch shell. You know the conch shell that you blow? Your throat looks like a conch shell. Your shoulders, your hands are long, that surpasses the knee. Your hip are slim, right? And your navel is very deep, right? Like that, every part of the body of Krishna is explained. We will study that if we get a chance when we go to Srimad Bhagavatam. I don't want to say it here. Of course, I think it's still quite new to know all this. Anyway, your thighs are like that. Your knees are like that. You know, your toes are like that. And your leg is so beautiful. All the bumblebees are flying around. It's getting intoxicated. Your nails, your nails are like pearl. It emanates the light of Brahma Jyoti. Where all that great acharyas want to be the dust, not even wants to be the flower, even a dust at your lotus feet, Kamala Pada. And then you wear a crown, you got a beautiful peacock feather. How the peacock came to you? A peacock came and danced with you. And as a gratitude, peacock gave, the peacock don't know what to give. It only shedded one of its most beautiful feather for you. And because of you, because the peacock danced nicely in front, just to this, you took the feather and put it on your crown. It enhances your beauty. You got a long black silken hair. Yeah. You stand in a three bending position. What do you call that? Three banda. You got a beautiful flute. Huh? And don't know what tapas, what fortune the flute has done, the bamboo tree has done, that to be go very near to your lips and you're always kissing it and you're always blowing. You're just playing that flute. Every note have different meaning. The fifth note, you attract Radharani. And the sixth note, the third note, you attract. The first note is like attract the cow. Second note is attract the Gopals. The third or fourth note is attract Gopis. The fifth note, you attract Radharani. Like that, you know, like that. Krishna. Krishna has got so much of beauty. I hope that you all, if you get a chance to study this book called Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there's one book. Please read that book. Your chest adorned with the Satya. There's one thing that he wears. What is that? Gemstone. My memory is getting bad. Anyway, I can't recall. Okay, then what is Rama? Rama means the reservoir of pleasure. Huh? You have all the pleasure, prema, ragatmika, huh? raganuga, ragatmika, then prakya, parakya ras. You are the ocean of ras. Huh? Just the ocean of the ras. Ocean of rasamrita. The reservoir of pleasure. So that means what happened? We are chanting His glory. When we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we are actually chanting His glory. Then after that, we are endeavoring with determination. We have to be very determined in our cultivation. You have to chant 16 rounds no matter what. Nothing in this world can stop you from chanting. Unless your hand become paralyzed, you become mute, or eventually if you die, then then there is an opportunity for you not to chant. If suddenly become muted, suddenly your hand become paralyzed, you can't even hold the beats. Unless you don't go into that condition, you should and you must chant 16 rounds daily. And there's no excuse to that. Because 16 rounds is 1/4 of that ultimate 64 rounds. You have to chant your 16 rounds. Once I was reading this one article, even they say, in fact, I asked personally from Garga Muni Prabhu, one of Prabhupada's first disciples, Garga Muni. Yeah, once he was formerly a Facebook. Formerly means because I don't have Facebook now. I've already deleted my Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, everything deleted. So when I was there in Facebook, he became my Facebook friend. I asked him, Prabhu, what happened? I'm engaging so much of service. Can I just compromise on chanting? He said, Prabhu, how busy you are also. Do you eat? Oh, yes, definitely. Do you sleep? Definitely. Give that up. He said that. Give that up. Give up eating. Give up sleeping. Chant your rounds. So like that. So that's called determination. We have to determine. We have to endeavor with determination. Nothing can compromise on chanting. Because the chanting is the one that's going to improve your life. Bowing down before me. When we see the Lord, we bow down before Him. When we bow down before Krishna, that means what? We are bowing down to the entire creation. We are bowing down to the entire creation. There are millions and millions of Vishnus out there. Right? And all the acharyas, just name it. All the acharyas, all the great sadhus are all living at the lotus feet of the Lord. When you are offering your obeisances at the lotus feet of the Lord, you are offering obeisances to everybody. Right? So it's very important. Okay? And these are the things called the great souls. Worship me with devotion. In this way, the practicing devotee should cultivate unalloyed devotion. Right? If they spend their days and nights, okay, now Rupa Goswami is continuing. If they spend their days and night uselessly talking with materialists, right? When they spend day and night talking useless talk with all these materialistic kind of people, then the Lord's instruction, always chanting my glories, will not be followed. Right? The always chanting my glories will not be followed. In newspaper, there is so much of useless talk. Right? When you see the useless newspaper, so much of useless talk. The reporter is reporting, this will talk this, this will talk this. Especially. Oh, now we're going to create a new relation like the Prime Minister. Oh, with the Turkey Prime Minister is here, so we're going to create all these are nonsense talk. Very useless. So in newspaper, but for the practicing devotee to read newspaper, now please highlight this word. Please, for practicing devotee to read newspaper is a great loss. Think about it. Okay. For a practicing devotee to read newspaper is a great loss. But if there is a topic about pure devotees, if there's a topic of pure devotee described in that newspaper, then that can be read. Okay, can be read. After finishing their meals, okay, now another thing that, what do you call? Bhaktivinoda Thakura is continuing. After finishing their meal, mundane people normally smoke and engage in useless talk with other godless people. But you see, right, after they eat it, it pops up. It is certainly difficult for them to become a follower. That means these are certainly difficult for them to become the followers of Srila Rupa Goswami. Reading novels is the same. Right? There's a lot of novels, Annie Blyton, all this kind of, I used to read like Annie Blyton, nowadays the children are spoiled with this novel. I think it's also in the house. I'm going to radio, but my daughters don't allow me. What they got? The magic guy. What they got? What is the famous novel? Since that day. The guy with the magic wand. They got a collection of the novel, 6 or 8 novels. It was a gift.
Harry Potter.
Right? Harry Potter, yes. Wow, Prabhu, not bad, Prabhu. Harry Potter novel. So all these are mundane. But if one gets a novel story like Purana and Srimad Bhagavatam, right? So if one gets a novel with a story like that of Puranas, or like Puranjana in the Srimad Bhagavatam, then reading that is not an impediment. Rather, it is beneficial. Like this one novel, I got a novel. Jaiva Dharma. Jaiva Dharma is a novel by Bhaktivinoda Thakura. Very interesting. This kind of novel is recommended. Okay. So, okay, now. Okay. All right. So, with this, we end the session here. It's already 11 o'clock. Okay. So, now we have already come to the level of Prajalpa. Okay. What is the nonsense Prajalpa? That means we have to always chant the glories, endeavor with determination, going down to the Lord. These are the devotees worshiping with devotion. And this is conducive for cultivate unalloyed devotional service. But at the same time, when the devotees spend day and night talking to materialist people, then the idea about or the instruction always chanting my holy name, my glories, it is not followed. All right. So after that, he also Bhaktivinoda Thakur is also warning that practicing devotee to read newspaper is a total loss, a great loss, not an ordinary, great loss, because there's no topic of pure devotional service spoken. But if there is a story about devotional service or story about what is the practice and all this happening, it can be beneficial. But and also you also continue that sometimes you see after people will finish their meal, the mundane people like to smoke and engage in useless talk. Okay, it is certainly difficult for them to become the follower of Rupa Goswami. So reading novel at the same time is nonsense. But if you can get a story like Puranjana in the Srimad Bhagavatam, then reading of this is not an impediment, but it's rather beneficial. All right. So we meet again tomorrow, and tomorrow we're going to talk about argument. All right. What is argument about? So first, now we spoke about the first part of this. Right. So we have covered the first thing, useless talk. Okay, we have covered the useless talk, and tomorrow we're going to start with arguments. Right. Then slowly then we go to the gossip, debate, fault finding, and all these things. Right. So this is going to be very important topics. Right. So with that, we end the session. So is there any questions or any comment?
Prabhu,
Yes, Prabhu.
who is Bhakti Devi, Prabhu?
Who is what?
Bhakti Devi. Your audience is...
Bhakti Devi is Maharani.
Prabhu?
Tulasi Maharani.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So Bhakti Devi, we call Tulasi Maharani. That's why when we chant Hare Krishna, we like to keep Tulasi with us. We chant along with Tulasi, because she's the one who grants Bhakti. Okay. Any other question, Prabhu? Nanda Mataji, Punis, Skanda Balan Prabhu, Vivan, Sheila Mataji, all okay?
All okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
All right. All right. So with this, we end the session here. We continue tomorrow, Friday, same time. We discuss on part 2. Till then, have a wonderful day. Pancha Kalpatarubhescha, Kripa Sindhubhyevacha, Paditanam Pavinibhyo, Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. Have a beautiful Thursday. Haribol. Gauranga.